Okay. And kote gaeshi. Okay, let's form a line over here. And well, let's get over there. A little bit of camera angle. All right, two hands. All right, this is going to go over the top. But it doesn't start in an up direction. It kind of gathers. All right. And it's an easy motion. Okay. Yeah, I see it as a lift when it really is more of a spiral. Okay. And what kind of goes more into a laser. It's very direct. Okay. Now from here, let's just stretch out. Okay. So let's warm up with that EQ motion. Okay. Yeah. Good thing right there. Don't push him away. Okay. It's a thrusting motion, not a pushing motion. Okay. You hear I'm pushing you away, which means I got to catch up. Okay. And right about here, boom. 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 It's a thrusting motion. Right. Okay. Yeah, that's better. Yeah. So we get caught up in kind of somehow trying to twist the arm, and it's really the thrust motion. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, now right there. Okay. You go into him. You don't go away from him. Right about there. See what? All right. It's kind of a pathway for the energy to go. If I go this way, it jams it. If I go this way, I wind up pulling. But right in the middle. See that motion like this? Yeah. And, coming in this. Right. Right between the pushing him and pulling him, there's that direct laser. Okay. Okay. Now you're going a little too far over here. See the elbow? It's lined up to him. So you're going a little too far over here. See the elbow lines up to you? Now, one of the things is that we're creating the space to move into. There's no space here. So we're going to create it. All right? We create it with the I call it the laser effect. Okay, it's a If I go too far out, I pull. I have to push and go right now. Over here. Yeah, I know that much. Go again. No. Okay, that's better. Yeah, okay. So not one extreme or the other, it's right down the middle. Yeah, that's better. Okay, good. Okay, all right. And let's just right there, just two, hand on each one. All right, that's the shape, okay? They're different at that. Some things are different. Some things are exactly the same. Now, a lot of times we'll do a step through. Here, with two hands, it's kind of more of a, with two hands on one, okay? Kind of dense, so you got to find that laser pathway, okay? Now, with a hand on each, there's a lot more space. So here we go heaven, we get earth, okay? Okay? But heaven and earth are connected through you, the two different energies, right? Put them together. Easy. 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 Keep your belly towards me so you feel it. Put your belly towards me, a little more forward towards me. So you, okay, now right there, you can. You're missing the heaven, okay, because you're turning it. Point your belly towards me and come forward. Good, you feel that? If you keep doing out that way, you don't get the energetic information. Yeah, you feel that one? That was a little better. Okay, all right. Okay, let's switch to the tenchi now again. Oh, uh, one thing I might add a little bit. It's good, 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 good.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Follow through.
Yes,
Yeah, most of it's right there.
yes.
Yeah. In basketball, you get the and one. Okay. And maybe you get the foul, but maybe not. Okay. Not that you're posing, but there's an area where. Okay. All right. Yeah. And I think you feel better.
Yeah,
You see what I mean? Just feel more like, okay, bring the next one on.
yeah,
You see what I mean? It's not like going, okay, this is it. No, you're ready for the next one.
yeah.
Okay. Don't lock your hip. Okay. It rotates in that motion. Don't lock your hip here. It opens in that motion. Yeah, that's good. Now, what I'd like you to do a little bit, keep that. Draw. Invite. Hello. Okay. Well, that's all we'll do, but let's start a little different. Okay?
You're maintaining a key connection
Yeah, yeah.
afterwards for him and
Exactly.
anyone else.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay. Yeah, and invite for the next one. Yeah. Okay. Okay, now, this is not a forward or back. It's a direct. It's a direct. Hi. I want to move you. I want to move energy. All right. All right. Okay. All right. Now, let's do this. Let's invite. Okay, as opposed to even here. Firmer grip, freer energy. See, this is not a push pull or a lift. Right? I want to connect to him so his energy moves, and it moves in sync with mine. And we have this. Good. Well, other than that, working the push pull and the lift drop. All right? Any point is a connection. Offer, boom, boom, and I'm done. No, follow through, not pose. You see what I mean? I got it. Okay. All right. So you got to fill your body with energy. Your energy must be there so that his energy moves with you. And if there's energy in my body, but it's kind of caught up in a push pull, up down lift Good. But let's start that out. Invite. Good. Oh. Okay, so let's start out. And boom. Well, your body's filled with chi, which means, you're good. You're present, vital. You have vital energy to make a connection with your partner. Okay, so let's start out with a little bit more of okay, good. Invite. 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 Okay, invite. Okay, all right. Okay, let's change partners. Oh God, that's amazing. A little bit. Don't sell yourself short here. Feel that opening motion? Yeah. And that's connect. Okay? Little short there. Full. Okay? Yeah, that's better. Okay, now he's tall, okay? In relationship to you or me. Right? That's where the earth hand comes in. You stay up there. Now you're tall. You feel the earth hand like this? We work as a team, heaven and earth, earth and heaven. Okay? Yeah. Now there's a guy I knew in the old days. I don't know where he is now, but he was training at the New York Aichi class. And then what happens is you have to climb the stairs, right? And there was this really tall black dude there. And he just kept on getting taller and taller coming up the stairs. It turned out that he was Lou Alcindor. And Lou Alcindor was, of course, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And as a teenager, guess what? He trained with Yamada Sensei. Nice. And so everybody was wondering, what's Yamada Sensei going to do on Tenchi Nage with this guy, right? And Yamada Sensei just connected with the earth man, right? Now, apparently what happened is he came out, obviously, to go to UCLA, West Coast, and so he goes into Black Belt magazine and says, can you, want to continue learning Aikido, what do you recommend? And they said, we don't know about Aikido, but there's this guy named Bruce Lee, which you should check out. So he started studying with Lee.
Oh, wow.
So he transferred from Aikido to Jeet Kune Do, you know, whatever. But yeah, he had a really good teacher in Yamada Sensei, and there were good teachers in Southern California then, but I don't think they were on the Yamada Sensei level. So instead, he went to study with Bruce Lee, so it worked out okay. But that
Not too shabby.
story was, you know, just this guy's just going up the stairs. And it was Lou Elstender. Okay, and Yamada Sensei, all he did, you stand up. Now you're Lou Elstender, all right? And Yamada Sensei works the earth hand. Okay? Now, the point is, Yamada Sensei in Japan never had to face anybody like that, right? So, you know, coming out here, Yamada Sensei, however, had the basics down, where he didn't miss a beat. He knew it was both heaven and earth, and in certain cases, heaven works. You don't need earth so much. And so in other cases, you better have earth along with heaven, okay? And I don't know what we would do if Kareem Abdul-Jabbar came in. I hope it would work, you know? Okay? All right? Okay, good. Okay, all right. Now, okay, let's try the same attack, okay? Now what I'm gonna do is rotate my hip, get it to here. Keep turning the hip, this frees up, we take. But I'm gonna keep turning the hip. Okay? Now, what I'm doing that for is, this looks like heaven and heaven, but there's also an earth there, even though both hands seem to be in the heaven pole, okay? Right? Now, since I said things like stand on the floating bridge of heaven, but he also said things like don't get caught up doing that or that. This is the point in between, shows both heaven and earth. If you're standing on that mythical floating bridge, yeah, both. It can't just be heaven, heaven, or earth, earth. Most of us are way too earth, earth in this dense environment, being biological matter, being very complex, thinking very inefficiently. And so the heaven is important. You broaden your consciousness, but the earth is also important. Heaven, earth, earth, heaven. Heaven may represent mind, earth may represent body on a much larger scale. Now, turn the hip, insert. Still trapped, but keep turning the hip. Now, right about here, you can counter grab. Keep turning the hip. Keep turning the hip. Keep turning the hip. Step, step. You don't see the earth, but it's there. Okay? Now what I'm going to do here, I go this way. I go under. Now, I got the wrist. Keep turning. Insert. We go this way. But this is more, he's coming to grab. Good. But if I'm already held, I get jammed in my shoulders. Underneath. Turn. Take. But see, the hip continues to turn, continues to turn. You got that motion. Okay? Different partner? Okay, now, careful of the loop. There's no loop. No? Now you see the loop? See? Swinging the arms. Right? All the movements are connected to your hips and your feet. Let's just go that way. There's the heaven earth field. Okay? One thing we're trying to eliminate is one, swinging the arms, and the other thing is twisting the upper body. All right? Well, in tight quarters. Yeah, boom. Yeah. Boom. This is we take it to freedom. Now, boom. Now, right here, for example, it's a very similar technique. Right? We don't always do that throw, but it's a similar one. Okay. See, right here, if I loop it, nothing happens. But right here, it hits. Okay. Go again. A little. You don't want to get too, for example, because I'm fixated here. It opens up. What's fine? I see the way things are. But what's possible here? What if? Well, the only thing I would say a little bit, for example, you can be technically okay. You can like put that down and he probably falls down. But if he pushes back, he blocks that motion. So we don't want to push back against that. Okay? Open up, expand, but don't, right there. Turn your hip. Don't move your feet. Turn your hip. Turn your hip. Turn your hip. Now step back. Step back. Now step. Then you're generating the proper torque right there. All right? Here comes in. Yeah. Come easier. Feel it open up. Huh? Then, it's not the same thing, but we go this way. You feel, well, we go this way and this way. Boom. Now that's a little bit more of but the same feeling, right? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Now, one of the things we're going to try here. If you talk too mundanely about it, people kind of get the wrong impression. Okay. I remember when Robert Koga sensei used to come in and instruct the police, he'd also usually, you know, I'd invite him to teach an Aikido class, which he said he really liked. He said, Jack, you don't know how fun Aikido was after teaching cops, was the way he put it. Right? But I used to watch him teach cops. He did a good job, of course. And basically, you know, he kind of taught Aikido as police tactics, which was great. Okay? But one of the things that you know, he would kind of go, he said that, you know, Aikido is all about ki, but on the other hand, you know, you're also wanting to understand how to execute the proper torque. Okay, so it's a combination. There's technical, okay, and there's universal. And heaven and earth, the heaven part is obviously the universal part. And then the technical is kind of the earth, okay? And one thing we're trying to do is to, for example, you know, actually the first Aikido technique I ever did, Robert Fraser Sensei taught kote gaeshi. You know, we didn't do an attack or anything, but, you know, I thought this is kind of cool. Okay? For example. See how I swing the arms? Two things. Twisting the body, swinging the arms. And what, right in between the two, there's something else. Okay? Now, you can look at this in terms of energy, because why? This energy is going out. Why is it going?